Stare down Yanks, tries to find Kaio, isn't able to. Wave doesn't get the touch, double touch from Card. The opening goal falls to Furia.
We haven't talked a lot about Card. He was quiet yesterday in their match against NRG, but he gets a nice double tap here on the wide angle. Relating Wave and Mets stunned in the net. Two. Well, popped up by Seiko. Ends up missing the touch, gives it back to Furia. And they want another one. Kaio gives one himself in the same spot, but on the left side of the net.
One touch is never enough. Instead, let's double him up. Kaio onto the left wall with Metza whiffing, meaning that this is open entirely.
Next, Yanks in the air off the crossbar. No shot, no good. Card back down the field.
Such a good chance for Wave to just get one back and then give them the advantage on 10 seconds. Instead, from one side of the pitch down to the other, Card has it fall in the back.
Card coming alive in game number 1. He didn't have any goals against NRG national play in general now, but Endpoint really starting out slow here despite trying a couple different angles to get by Furia, Stumpy.
And these opportunities are so good for South American teams to be able to play, or any of the teams that aren't in Europe or North America. You then look at, unfortunately, Mina couldn't be
successful. Furia have locked Endpoint again in this midfield battle. Kaio finding Card again. The shot's good! And they catch Endpoint out again, Stumpy. 1-0 Furia.
The pass coming over from Kaio, just tapping it so nicely underneath Seiko, who had to go for the pre-jump because he knows exactly how quick they can be.
Furia don't get the touch, but they still press. Here's another bounce off the side wall. A demo on the backside. Card just missing the angle off the crossbar. Oh, a ripper again across the box, and a goal again! Kaio off from Yanks. Furia up 2-0.
Time and time again, we're seeing these passes go back behind that final line and the demolition, removing Metsnoras from the play in total. And my God, do they need to change something.
Yeah, maybe some fans out there had a question or two.
There's
well, there
one.
it is. Metsonara is able to get the rebound and Endpoint get their first.
The first is one that we have seen change the tide of series time and time again. You look back to yesterday, SSG get literally a single...
All when they're in the orange half, they will punish you for any kind of mistake, and they can press like any team. Here's again, another 50 in front, and off the post and in Metsonaris, that's 2.
On the cams, Wave leaning left and right, giving them fist bumps, making sure that everybody's nice and happy with how this game is going and not being too bogged down. They get
Furia looking for another push. Yanks on the
Oh
flick.
my God!
Reset. That was nasty. 3-2.
the catapult from the other side of the world. Round relating Wave and higher than Seiko could have ever dreamed. Furia works through and get a clear-cut opportunity. Chance again for a double tap from Kaio, and he secures.
Oh, the miss on the backboard. It's a tough read when you're coming back on the transition. Kaio knows it, and that's a beautiful placement. Relating Wave just misses that touch, and he's usually good for tough...
We're taking game number 2. Endpoint need to change their defense. They worked back so well. They got 2 in the space of, what, 45 seconds or so? And then Furia turn it back around. They double up their lead. Game 2 is won by Furia, 2-0.
It's starting to feel real for line because Endpoint are having a lot of trouble even here. They keep getting flushed to the corners and can't get consistent shots on net. Another demo in front and off the wall into the net. Metsonaris pops off.
Metsnoras is able to tap that high and then dish it with the most revolting angle possible. Defender says yes, he does. Just skims the top corner.
Raced again, this time Endpoint have control of midfield, and another shot goes in. This time Relating Wave takes the pass, and 2 goals for Endpoint.
Endpoint turning it around and wanting to be a team that others fear. Endpoint taking a look at Furia and just going for the shots and taking their opportunities a lot more, forcing Furia into more awkward angles so then they can go for those long shots. That is what Wave did so well there, identifying an open net. Again, Wave just pressuring as much as he could, where I think earlier Furia would have had a nice opportunity just to wait with that and then no pressure. Instead he gets away from him, Wave able to shoot on the open.
Kaio trying to control that ball even with Endpoint looking like we're headed to game number 4.
Brilliant game management as well from Endpoint. With a very awkward pinch managing to fall Metsnoras' way. He sort of looked at the monitor like, oh, I've scored. Oh, that's sick. Awesome. I love that. That's brilliant.
Relating Wave sharing a little giggle with Metsonaris on that one. We all do. 20
Still
seconds.
good vibes. That's the thing. Fate around.
Really flipped it. And they just did what Furia did to them. They didn't let them break out. Furia weren't able to control midfield like we saw in the first 2 games, and it was just those quick shots, the leave from Metanaris over to Relating Wave to really trip up the Furia rotation. Make up. They let Seiko come down. Relating Wave gets the kick onto the Furia car. Yanks might have the play. What a pass down to Kaio, and Furia take the lead!
Absolutely phenomenal positioning there. Looking midfield has Kaio waiting. Yanks just doinking it into the center. Metza, he has to go for the jump. He has to
feel it. Metanaris, last cry. Back over to Seiko. Seiko's got the air dribble. Underneath the flip reset. Denied. Ball touches the ground. Furia take the lead in the group stage. 2-0, 1 away from winning their group.